How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to New Mexico State Men's Basketball News. I'm Marshall. In today's video, bringing you a really good one. Talking about the Aggies' first signee of the offseason, Gabe Warren, who is a very good player at Holy Cross these past couple seasons. I'm going to talk all things about him. Started his career off at Rice. Didn't get a whole lot of minutes his first year. Got a lot more minutes his second year, and had his best season this past year. 6'6" guard. A lot of good things to talk about. Let's get right into it. So like I said, his first season, 2023-24 season, which was Coach Huden's first year here in New Mexico State, he was at Rice and only played about 6 minutes a game. Didn't start any games, played about 20 games, averaged about 1.5 points, about a rebound a game, 0.5 assists. Kind of get the gist of it. Didn't do a whole lot. Didn't really play bad, just, didn't get a whole lot of playing time. His shooting wasn't the greatest either. Especially for a guard. He only shot 31% from the field, just 20% from three on the dot, about 73% from the free throw line. So his shooting splits weren't great, but he's a young player, transferred. And I think that was probably the best thing he could have done because, as you guys are about to see, had 2 really good seasons at Holy Cross these past 2 years. In his second season total at the Division I level, but his first year at Holy Cross, played just 18 games, but started 10 of them, played about 20 minutes a game. Averaged about 6.5 points. Shooting splits definitely went up a little bit, definitely improved at that area of the floor. He's a big guard, 6'6", like I said. Can shoot the ball fairly well at times, can get to the rim. Somewhat of a 3-level scorer. Definitely showed a lot of signs of improvement, but also really raw talent as well. It was this past year really went off, and we're about to talk about that right now. He played and started in all 33 games for Holy Cross. Didn't have the greatest season, only had about 11 wins, I believe. But he did a lot of great things. Averaged 12.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, right about, a little over, assist and a half a game. Like I said, he's a 6'6" guard. Maybe wants to get his teammates more involved. I think he could definitely improve on with his passing. But the other Gabe we have, Gabe Pickens, who's coming back, fills that role well. Led the Aggies in assists this past year at 3. Definitely would love to see that number jump to 5. Maybe Gabe Warren can, learn a little bit from him, and maybe Warren can help Pickens a little bit with his scoring ability, get that up as well. I think that'd be great. I really love having these 2 guards right now to have. I think that's great. Jacoby Osborne, I have a very high chance or high belief that he will come back. He actually threw the first pitch in the Aggie baseball game on Friday, and Coach Huden was there. Assistant Coach Preston was there. That makes me feel like he'll stay here. I don't think they would have him throw the first pitch if he wasn't going to stay here for next year and kind of just dip out on us. He seems like a very loyal guy, just like Gabe Pickens. I believe Gabe Warren only has 1 year of eligibility. That's kind of the new era of NIL. You get a lot of seniors. You kind of need that, veteran leadership. You're only going to have those guys for a little bit of time. But again, if Gabe and Jacoby can come back, have those guys for a while. We have other young talent coming in. We have Omar Smith hopefully coming back as well. I have a very high belief that will happen as well. Speaking of young talent, Augustine Ekwe, as we talked about last video, entered the portal. Unfortunately, will not be coming back. He's committed to Weber State, which is, Damian Lillard, my favorite NBA player, is the GM over there, I believe. So good things for him. I'm sure Augustine can play well over there. They're in the Big Sky Conference, a little bit of a weaker conference than Conference USA. I'm sure he'll have a chance to excel, get more minutes, and maybe work his way up to a high major level. And I think that's definitely something he can do for sure. Sir Malonga, from what I know, hasn't transferred anywhere. Something that I learned is that Anthony did enter the transfer portal, so he has another year of eligibility, I believe. He played 2 years at Sam Houston his past year with the Aggies, so he's only played 3 college years, played overseas for a year. So it makes sense that he would come back. It's just so hard to know about all these eligibility rules. Kind of surprised by that one because, again, he came here to strictly play for Huden. The only coach he's played for in college is Huden. So not sure what kind of led to the decision there. Maybe he's just weighing out his options. Would love for Anthony to come back, but we don't see it a whole lot of times when players enter the portal and come back. We've seen it in other sports. We've seen other players come back, like Tatum Barnes for a football team. Played here a couple years ago, transferred to Cincinnati, didn't get a whole lot of PT, came back. I was actually at the AC the other day playing basketball, and he was there. Let him use my basketball for a little bit so he could play with his homeboys, and I could play with mine. I know it's a random subject, but thought it was pretty cool. Going back to Warren strictly, shot 48% from the field about this past year. Shot about 33% from 3, which might not sound like too high, but it was the best of his career. Would love that to see, continue to develop and stuff. It's not far off. We've had guys shoot about 36, 37, 38% from 3, so definitely something he can improve on. Shot again, 73% from the line, which was a huge improvement from the year before where he only shot 55%. Especially for a guard, you like to see those guys shoot a little bit better from the line, but maybe just fits the Aggie culture where guys just can't shoot free throws consistently. And our one guy that shot the free throw really well this past year, 85%, Anthony, dipping out on us, and then Jamel graduating, who shot 83%, which, another side note, I actually saw Jamel on Wednesday. I was waiting for my class. I was in there waiting for class to start. He just showed up out of nowhere. I was like, what the heck? So I said what's up to him and stuff, and then he dipped out. He also liked my Instagram post yesterday, so shout out to the man. One thing I do like about Gabe, though, is he handles the ball really well. He doesn't turn it over a whole lot. Averages less than a turnover a game, I believe. So he doesn't get the most assists. He doesn't get the most turnovers either. So his assist to turnover ratio is pretty good, kind of similar to Gabe Pickens. I think it's something they can complement each other very well on. And like I said earlier, Warren can definitely help Gabe when it comes to attacking the rim, finishing at the rim, shooting the ball a little bit better. And Gabe can help Warren. That sounds so weird. Pickens can help Warren when it comes to facilitating the offense and getting teammates involved, getting more assists. It's nice when you can, get a lot of points off assists. As you guys know, I'm a big Portland Trailblazers fan. Even though we lost last night to the Spurs in game 1 of the first round of the playoffs, our first 4 buckets were off assists. So you always love to see that team basketball. Speaking of the Spurs, they play great team basketball. The more you can do that, the more you'll win. And the more the Aggies can do that, I really like, where they're headed. Overall, I think this is a great first signee. Get a guy who can, play really well on the offensive side of the ball. And he's 6'6". He's a lengthy guard, big guard. Probably some long arms, can play some good defense. That's something we need. We need guys who can play defense, score on the offensive end, get a little mixture of both. As you guys know, this past season, really good offensive team, not so great on the defensive side. The year before that, it was the complete opposite. So we need to kind of get that balance. And so instead of having 16, 17 win seasons, we can have 20 plus win seasons and have a chance at winning Conference USA, making that tournament, making some noise, just like the Aggies always used to do back in the day. Another quick video, just really a quick update for you guys. Again, when it comes to the off season, always want to talk about new players getting recruited, getting offers, or just hearing from the school. Obviously, signing, this is a big one. There obviously always is a chance that players could sign and then back out. That's just the era we are in college basketball. It's always kind of been a thing, but you definitely see that more often. Hopefully Warren stays, loves the university. Coach Hoonan's really happy about it. Fun fact, at the baseball game where Jacoby threw that first pitch, Coach Hoonan was actually at the game, and I saw him literally tweeting live about, getting excited that we signed a player. The very next day, Saturday morning, saw that we signed Warren. So this is a really, really good fit. Made a post about it and stuff. I believe he followed me back and stuff. So super cool there. Maybe that means he'll stay here and be committed. Love the start we're having. Look at last year. I think it took a whole month after the season ended for us to sign a guy. So, in just a few weeks, we already got our first guy. I'm sure Hoonan's got some more guys coming in. Again, we'd love to see some post sign, get some good offense and defense. I know it's easier said than done, but it's nice to get all areas of the floor, get some talented seniors with some good, veteran leadership, get some young guys as well, which we already have coming in. So, got to find that really good balance. It's kind of what we've done, and it's worked well to a point. Would love to see us, again, get back to the point where the Aggies are winning 20 plus games every year and fighting to be at the top of the conference every year and just making noise in the NCAA tournament possibly. Maybe, it was just a curse. My 4 years here, they never made the tournament. So in the year before then, they made it, and they obviously made it for years prior to me going to school here. So maybe for years after, they'll make it. I'll obviously still be covering the team even after graduation. Not some questions people have had is, am I going to still cover the team and stuff? Definitely still will. Definitely have some time on my hands to do that. Just won't be going to a whole lot of Aggie games in person, unfortunately. I'll be in Artesia working for the newspaper there as a sports reporter. So I'll be covering a lot of high school sports there, but we'll obviously be covering the Aggies as well. I'm really hoping to try to go to at least one game this upcoming season. It's going to be hard because, UNM would be a big game. It's going to be on the road. UTEP would also be a big game. They're not going to be playing against UTEP. So I think the biggest game might be Liberty, biggest team in conference play. So maybe I'll go to a game like that, or we'll figure it all out. Maybe I'll go to more than just one. I know the tickets aren't crazy expensive. It'll be my first time going to games where I actually have to pay to get in, but it is what it is. Same with football. I'm going to try to go to some football games, play against UNM at home. So maybe that's when I'll go to.